So, yeah, let's start stream by Kid slamming door shut. Hello, welcome to the Lager Logs. It's Sunday night. It's Monkey Night. We are continuing our quest through the Tales of Monkey Island. Tonight we begin Chapter 3, Lair of the Leviathan. So it's me, Stu, and joining me is Ken.
Happy to be here. Happy to be watching you play this. I'm fond of this game to quite a great degree, and I'm enjoying you taking in the dramatic beats as we go along, because it is not just sort of static point-and-click adventure gaming. It's a little bit more alive in the narrative sense. You know what I mean? Like cliffhangers and such. So I'm enjoying you reacting to the big twists of it all. The hand being cut off, the manatee eating you, the ship.
Yes.
So that's where we are. Welcome to September 29th, 2009, when this was released, I guess.
Okay, and let's not pussyfoot around. Let's get into the game.
Yep.
Okay.
The beer after the recap, perhaps.
Sure.
Or when you gain control of Guybrush, because there's going to be a recap, a little bit of intro, and then we're off and running inside the Manatee.
The Voodoo Lady recap again.
Yes, sir.
Let's see.
Not just scenes from the game, but unique writing, unique recap, if you will. Make sure you have your audio on.
Yeah, I could hear music.
It is said that we are never so vulnerable than when we trust. But paradoxically, if we cannot trust, neither can we find our heart's desire. Guybrush Tripwood, trusting in his voodoo spell, unleashes a pox on the Caribbean.
Yes, he did.
He escapes from Flotsam Island to pursue his wife Elaine and to find a cure to the pox that infects them both.
Yes, they were separated, Stuart.
Guybrush finds Elaine
And then
together
united.
with his arch-enemy LeChuck.
Oh.
With deep reluctance,
Look at that
Guybrush
human
trusts his
LeChuck,
wife
like
with
a
the
Jason
former
Momoa
ghost
style.
pirate and seeks the cure on his own. Hunted by the lethal Morgan LeFlay, Tripwood must
And his
right
pairing
his
is
wrong
with
by finding
the dreaded
La
pirate
Sponda
hunter.
Grande.
So
For the
different
pox has
pairings
transformed
for the
the
drama.
seas into a treacherous beast.
And that
the
is a beast
is
indeed.
I don't believe it.
Little bit of recap, last few seconds of last week.
Yeah,
Tales of Monkey Island.
believe it, sister.
And the hunt for a Sponja Grande has suddenly turned a little bit difficult. No free roaming of the seas. We're stuck.
Is this whole chapter inside a manatee?
Not quite.
Oh.
But there won't be any island hopping as such. You know what I mean? Like back to Flotsam Island. So they keep that separated. So here we are.
Guybrush, I'm taking you.
So they are alive. They weren't
I'm sorry,
digested.
I'm inside a manatee at the moment. Look behind you.
Oh, I've heard that one before.
Dunk.
Well done, sir. Walked the bonny bounty huntress right into a trap.
You have to admire her stick-to-itiveness.
She's out cold.
Good. We need to get back on the track to finding La Esponja Grande. I'm gonna go find a way out of here. Preferably through the front door, not the, service entrance.
I'll keep an eye on Miss LeFlay. If she stirs,
Yeah.
I'll give her the old
You don't want
scurvy
to
button.
go out the behind.
I don't want to know what that is.
So you can do different things here, like start exploring, but I usually go back to Morgan and Winslow, because there are things to do there.
Inventory's been
But
cleaned out a
it
little.
really doesn't matter in which order you do these things. But I personally, I'd be curious about what Winslow has to say, or what happens when he comments on when Guybrush comments on Morgan being knocked out. Perhaps you can take the sword. Who knows?
double clicking to go over. Wrong game.
She's out cold, sir.
So talk to Winslow then,
Don't worry, sir.
because
I got
there
my
are
eye
things to
on
be
Miss
triggered here.
LeFlay.
All right, okay, not just yet then.
Yeah.
So maybe explore the ship then before we meet our first character. So,
Oops.
okay, oh, he walked automatically over here. Okay, fine.
Better go check it out.
But again, it doesn't matter which order you do these things in. So here's a new character.
Hello? Excuse me?
What is this? An adventurer from the outside?
For some
Who are
reason,
you?
someone is living here.
Coronado de Cava, mighty explorer.
And that is Coronado de Cava, who we are seeking,
looking for
because
you.
he is seeking La
What are you
Esponja
doing in
Grande.
here?
Ah.
I'm on my way to a
And
very
the voodoo
important
lady's
artifact
former
to be
fling.
acquired for a very important woman.
I hate to be the one to break this to you, but you're stuck inside of an overgrown sea mammal. You're not on your way anywhere.
Heavens no, I'm not stuck. Quite the contrary. It's all part of the plan of the ocean gods. The mouth of the Manatee leads me to the artifact. The seahorses led the mouth to me. Just as I freed myself from the brig of Fat Island by bribing the guard for his bootlace, stringing him up with a pulley fashioned from a stale scone, and then growing at
Little
my
separate
toenails
adventure
over
on
the
Fat
course of a
Island
year
from
in order
game
to
number 2.
carefully carve them into a lock-picking kit. I, Coronado de Cava, will walk out of this beast when the time is right.
And when is that? I'm on a bit of a timetable.
When we arrive at the sacred Manatee mating grounds.
Oh boy.
Yeah, a little hint of a destination, the sacred Manatee mating grounds. So keep that in mind for the future developments of this game. And indeed, you have a locket.
Yeah, let's finally.
So I have this locket I'm supposed to give to you.
Oh my. I haven't seen this locket for some years. She's just as I remember. Where did you... What is this?
No.
Tripwood, it is I.
Yikes.
Voodoo lockets.
Well done. You have found Coronado de Cava and are one step closer to La Esponja Grande. De Cava and his crew will prove indispensable on your quest. And while the pox spreads with every passing moment, you must tread lightly, Guybrush. Years of searching for the sponge have made De Cava unstable. He was always a bit of a sensitive soul, so please, I implore you, do not mention me. Do not mention La Esponja.
And now for
Whatever you
comedic
do,
effect,
do
you
not
should think
tell
what he
him
just said,
where
like,
you
do not
acquired
mention La
his
Esponja,
locket.
don't tell him where you acquired his locket.
This. Who sent you? What are you doing
Make sure
here?
Guybrush does all of that in reverse. Because check out these dialogue options.
Oh yeah.
So just because Guybrush is a doofus, like, let's just say to him exactly what we shouldn't.
Just go for the top.
Yeah.
Look, the voodoo lady gave me the locket so I could find La Esponja Grande.
She what? Medio! That
Oh, he did all three
flying
options.
soothsaying strumpet!
Huh?
Give you the same dialogue.
I don't remember exactly. I just remember this was what I did last playthrough. But there won't be like different story paths
No,
if you
no,
choose
it's not like that.
1, 2, or 3. You know,
No way. We're hardly even
still the
friends.
same path for
A
everything.
friend who she gives an invaluable
Now he's jealous.
sentimental locket.
Yeah.
I bet she never sends you on any quests either.
No. I mean, from time to time she tells me what to do and where to go with little or no context,
That
but
sounds like a quest. She used to give me quests. I thought I was a special. Has she ever made you a voodoo doll?
no.
I don't believe you. Have you held her in your arms?
What? No, I'm married. Look.
I don't see a ring, Senor Guybrush.
Well, he has a ring on him.
Left it with my other hand.
Elaine gave him her ring for safekeeping.
I'm not after the
You may
voodoo
never
lady's
lose
heart
that ring,
or
Stuart.
La
Just make sure you
Esponja Grande.
never lose that ring.
Then why are you here?
Vacation.
Is that so?
Yes. Honeymooning, in fact.
With your invisible wife?
My very real wife. Let me just go get her.
I shall await her alleged arrival with tantalizing disbelief.
Yeah, okay, so it is probably needed that you need to trigger these things at the camp, and now you can go back to Winslow and Morgan LeFlay, and there will be some new tasks, so maybe dialogue. So you just try running back and notice that Guybrush has a little bit of trouble running because we're in moisty. So we're on moisty surfaces. Or at least there's sounds that indicate like
Yeah. Oh,
Get away from me, or I'll kill you! You don't sail another man's ship simply because
so you
he
need to
left
convince
it in
him
the
that
harbor?
you're there with your wife. So, so of course we're going to recruit Winslow, right, to be our wife, or not, or maybe pick a woman. So just click on either of them, see which one triggers.
I need to
the
revive
next
Morgan and
steps,
present
yes.
her to Dakava as my fake wife.
My, that reminds me of the time when...
Now, Winslow, Dakava's crazy.
Very well. I'm well trained in naval first aid. Do as I say. First things first. Take her pulse and see if she's alive.
What?
Man,
She might be
yeah,
dead?
pay a little bit
You
of
never know
attention to a
about
couple of
these
things that's going to
things.
happen in
Risk,
succession
Captain.
now. But the game is going to let you know that you should pay attention. So
Very good.
okay.
Her pulse is strong. What's this? A tattoo of the name Gus.
This
You don't need to
is
write
for
this down.
Chuck Bender.
but
Excellent. She's alive and kicking.
tattoo of Gus.
Which reminds me.
She's
next, remove
ranting.
any and
This is for
all
Jug Bender.
weapons from the victim. We don't want her thrashing about and lopping off any more appendages.
Good thinking.
So next, remove
Alright, I've got her
weaponry.
sword.
Indeed.
It's engraved with a name. Dante Dragota.
Ooh, he sounds tough.
Gomez, not on the carpet.
Now, elevate her feet to help with circulation.
Got it. Elevating her
Again,
feet.
no need for note taking, really. But
What's
this
this?
is part of a
An assassin's ledger.
puzzle.
Fascinating.
Who knew bounty hunters were so meticulous?
Lunch. Okay.
Some expenses, but some gains as well. But yeah, you might need to look back on this note later
Still hasn't
on.
come
But
round. A most curious case.
you've done the
If
right
we
thing,
had smelling
regardless.
salts,
Triggered the right
that would do
things
the trick.
for a puzzle that's around the corner, I should say. The ledger apparently is not available to you. Okay, fine, but so yeah, he referenced that you might need to find some smelling salts. So you have more areas to explore, including your ship.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's not clear where you can enter the ship, but obviously it's not through the porthole though.
Narwhal's quarters.
Oh.
They're resplendent.
I was hoping you would just jump through.
Maybe through the plank or all the way to the far right. Or he will go to the far right himself.
Yeah.
Onto the ship, yes, because the plank was actually on the other side. So where can we go from here? Don't fire the cannon though. I don't think you will, but you shouldn't. You're inside an animal.
Give it some mighty heartburn. Finally get into the
The
quarters.
narwhal's quarters. They're resplendent.
Nope. This game has a thing about quarters and not letting you into them. Ah, bugger.
Yeah. So there's still one place to go at
I
the very
almost
least
forgot.
on the ship.
My
So
pyrite parrot.
Oh.
Never leave home without it.
Oh no.
It must have been jostled out of my pockets and washed away during
Okay.
ingestion.
it's gone.
Gone
So
forever.
that's that.
Gone forever.
Or is it?
I don't believe it.
Or is it? Will it come back? Of course it will.
Now look at the ear canal. What could I get up there?
Which now Guybrush will automatically go to himself via the mast. So
Oh,
Eustachian passage.
what kind of
we're gonna use
do we have here,
earwax
Stuart?
as it's stinky, so that's our smelling salts, I assume.
yes, it is.
That-
Cochlea.
Manatee earwax. Rotten and pungent. Perfect. While it may look like it's full of candy, I believe the cochlea is key to this manatee's sense of direction.
Okay. Let's...
And the sort of big area there is a wound.
I've seen my fair share of flesh wounds, and this one is world class.
Where there seems to,
A cochlea or inner ear.
yeah, there's supposed to be something there.
I may have gone to public school, but
For
I
proper
think those are
balance.
supposed to come in pairs.
And navigation, in the case of the Manatee. That will come up. Cochlea is needed eventually.
Okay. Like the rubber sound effect as he slid down that there.
Yeah, it's indeed from the prior episode. You're now have a rubber tree mast. So if you indeed, I think you did it. If you double click your subject, Guybrush will run automatically. So that's always good, especially in an environment where you are walking through sludge.
Guybrush?
Upsy daisy, mon adversaire. That'll teach you to take a legendary pirate at sword point. You lost your weapon privileges.
Weapons privileges, yep.
Where are we?
We've been swallowed by a giant manatee, and you're about to pose as my fake wife in order to placate a puzzle-obsessed whack job.
Oh no, I'm not. As much as I'd love to play house with the Guybrush Threepwood, I'm already late getting you back to Flotsam Island.
Listen here, you poor excuse
Oh, no.
for a pissy privateer. Any more nipper are you, and the captain will be sending you a car.
I like that the pox the light shines on other characters as well. You know,
I guess we
it
call this
emits
the good pirate, bad pirate
strong
routine.
green light.
Yeah.
I'm terribly sorry. I think I ought to rest for a spell. Must have taken a mouthful of something vile on the way down.
See?
That's
That's
Winslow
the
out.
pox. It turns people into whatever that was, and it's in the process of ravaging the entire Caribbean. Even Elaine.
Okay, fine. But you have to do something for me.
What is it?
Will you sign this for me?
2 seconds ago, you were ready to slit my throat, and now you want to hang me in
It's
your
a
locker?
bit
I was
problematic.
just doing my job.
Give it here.
She's business,
Now, let's
but
go deal with
she's
Cuckoo
a
Coronado
fangirl as well.
You're my make-believe wife, so just act like it.
Wonder where that development will take us to it.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of those newly established
the
things
anti-wasted
where,
pirate wannabe has found himself a
with the
lady.
unlikely
Coronado,
combos
I'd like to introduce you
of
to my
characters
wife,
are
Elaine.
adventuring.
Right. So as you can see, there is no way I could be romantically affiliated with the voodoo lady. I am a one-woman man.
Sure you are, lover boy. If you two are really just wed, you don't mind answering a few questions?
Do your worst.
I appreciate the enthusiasm, but easy, girl.
Together now. How did you meet?
We met
We
through
met
work.
through work.
Where did you go on your first date?
This is all chance taking here, Stuart. You haven't received any clues about this, so don't
The sunken
don't stress out
discotheques of
over
We
the 1 in 3
What?
chance that you have here.
All right, that's
Okay.
enough.
You believe us?
Almost.
Almost. What do I have to do to prove to you that I'm not your rival for the voodoo lady?
Just take a step forward.
Okay.
Both of you. Now, let's get down to brass barnacles.
No.
I have asked you both a series of
Duck
personal
Stewart.
questions.
Nowhere
the
to go.
answers of
No
which are
island to go.
recorded here and
Nowhere
discussed.
to go. So how do
Mr.
we get out of this
Threepwood,
situation
You'll
then?
be happy to know that your wife
Question
has passed
time.
with flying colors. She seems to know every single detail of your life.
You don't say.
Now is your turn. Let's see what you know about Mrs. Threepwood. Answer 3 in a row correctly, and I'll believe you are honeymooners. Incorrectly, and it's the bowels of the beast for both of you. Question
But you
number
can't
1.
die, Stuart. So
What was the
just for
name
reference sake,
of her
if you
first
fail,
love?
the game will automatically get you back to this this section, right? So you don't need to load the game or anything. So
Yeah. Okay.
now you remember you did some observations. I might have distracted you in terms of the question. So
Let's hear it again.
That?
What? was the name of her first love.
Okay, so it could either be. Now, the one on her list was marked as personal, so that could have been. It's just guesswork, isn't it?
A little bit, but still, go with your instinct and see what happens. You're gonna get this right fairly quickly, though. It's not a
What's this?
monkey
An assassin's
combat.
ledger.
Fascinating.
Who knew bounty hunters were so meticulous?
And then choose an answer if you feel like you've done enough memory digging.
Yeah.
Gustavo.
Correct.
What? How did you...
Question
Oh,
number
I'm good.
one.
I'm good.
Was the name of her favorite
Name of
pet?
her favorite pet.
Hmm.
You know, the sword said was a full name, and the tattoo was just a
Yeah,
name,
abbreviation.
first name.
Yeah, not abbreviation, but yeah,
Yes.
like a nickname.
But yeah, you can click here and to get a little flashback if you like.
Yeah. I don't think pet's name would be on the sword. But the second one did say something about not on the carpet.
Not on the carpet?
Mm-hmm. Good memory.
Yeah, so I think.
I'm not sure it's the right one because I don't have this memorized, but again, you only need to get 3 right. This is not terribly difficult. So,
Gomez.
Correct.
No way.
Impressive, huh?
The third and final question. Who is her greatest idol?
and this is obviously
That's
super
an easy
easy.
one.
This is not even a trick question.
Just
in terms of,
Guybrush.
Yeah.
Guybrush Threepwood.
Correct.
Idol is a strong word.
So yeah, if you had
Well,
failed this,
perhaps
you
I
would have
was
dropped,
mistaken.
and then
You two might
few
be
seconds
married
later, you're
after
back
all.
Yeah.
in this place. So
Oh, it's all right. If a guy turns up in a manatee with your girlfriend's locket, a man has a right to ask a question or two. Now, about this sponge.
The one you are not after?
We're just sightseeing, right, honey?
That's right, Pookie Pie.
Well, perhaps you would like to join my crew. It could
I
make
like
a
larva
romantic tale for
in
your
the creep
honeymoon
side.
scrapbook.
I'd love to join
Yeah.
your crew. I'm gaga for scrapbooking.
They
We'll find
will,
La Esponja Grande in no time.
be made clear. They will make an
What's
appearance.
next? Stool sample?
No, you look
All
like a
information
man
will
of
be
fair
laid out
constitution.
what they are and
Now,
why
any
they are.
questions?
You have a crew? Are you counting your mood swings as members?
I set out from Flotsam Island all those years ago with 4 other brave souls, all of whom were to play a special role in finding La Esponja. I may have been a stern leader, but I loved them like sons.
Were you forced to eat them?
I would have rather starved than see harm befall them. Alas, they perished in the belly of the beast long ago. A torturous demise.
And you can sort of think to yourself
Sorry
now,
about
Stuart.
that.
Sometimes I
Well,
can
this
still
seems like a very
hear their
limited
screams.
area we visited so far,
Mm-hmm.
and you would be right. There are more areas of the Manatee.
Instead of like a world map, do we get like kind of like almost like an
There's
X-ray?
No, we don't actually, because
No
it's not,
overview of the manatee's
you,
intestines.
you only travel like in one, like from one screen to another, essentially.
Ah,
You
it's
know,
not like
from,
inner
from here
space.
from here to another space. So yeah, there's no. This is not a maze, despite it being the inner workings of an animal. But no, you're right. It's the one episode where they skipped that for this setting.
Alright.
The
Okay,
sacred
manatee
manatee
mating
mating grounds. It's the
grounds.
home of La Esponja Grande.
Home of the La
That's
Esponja
correct.
Grande,
Hot.
which is good for us. Guybrush, hot.
When are we due to arrive? Wifey is getting antsy.
Ah, well, I'm afraid the manatee has been lost for some time now.
Lost? He's not a eunuch, is he?
His plumbing is still in working order, but his internal compass is another matter.
And here we
Good job.
are.
Yeah, the-
Inner
and
ear.
around he go. I've deduced that the problem lies
Problems.
within the manatee's inner ear, so I'm crafting him a new one.
That explains the spinning. how are you building an inner ear?
I am weaving the husks of Manatee throat grubs into a new cochlea for the beast. It's the only way. If you could bring me some, we'll save precious time.
I'm on it. It looks like all we have to do is skin a few
And
manatee throat
grubs,
for the old man,
all the things
then
in the
build a giant
buckets.
Oh,
split
okay.
cochlea to replace the missing one up in the ear canal, and we'll be on our way.
Or you could give me my sword and I can just cut our way out of here.
I'm not letting you slice this poor fella open. Manatees are gentle giants.
Guybrush?
Back off, Susie Slicer. Easy. Whoa!
And Guybrush. I always forget about this, that this is supposed to happen.
Yeah.
And I like that they sort of randomly place it, not 80% into the story.
There's
But,
even a little mirror on that chapter.
Did you notice?
Mm-hmm.
Well, that spoiled that then. A little bit, but not fully. Because I think you took my avatar
Thanks
Grab.
for the push.
from this
Never
game.
seen an epiglottis
So,
before.
by googling it. So,
Oh, wow.
Drink!
here we go. It's party time, Stuart.
I
Crack
think
open the
we
beer.
just found Dakava's crew.
What say you, digested scum?
TM.
Yeah, Scum Engine. This is not the Scum Engine.
Anyway. We should actually open the beer. Thanks for reminding me. Now, you wanted me to find something hazy.
Well, I asked AI because I don't know about beer, and sort of laid out where we are in the story. We're inside a manatee. There's going to be ichor, which is rather disgusting in the case of this game. They're going to have ichor on tap, which is like essentially digestive goo. But I didn't want you to find a disgusting beer.
yeah.
So it's more like, okay, as AI gave you something about hazy and IPA, but what those words mean, no idea. That's those subtitles are for you to interpret. So what did you find?
I had a rake through the boxes behind me and found Chiroptera.
Ooh, scary, like a little scary creepy crawler there.
Yes, a
Bat or-
Solero Hazy Pale.
Well, works for me.
So,
Regardless if it's yellow or not, you're going to encounter yellow liquid here in this setting that we just saw the first sights of.
yeah. And I got pretty much the clearest glass so we could see how hazy it really is. Woo! Woo! Oh no! Oh no!
Oh, just look at the floor and see how hazy it is.
Can you see through it?
Nice foam there, Stuart.
Yeah.
fool.
Jesus
You're a fool.
Christ.
That was shaken and stirred for your pleasure.
Best before the 21st of April. I had another week before this went wild. Oh well, my room now stinks of beer again.
Well, it's Lagerlog's AQ.
Yeah.
In
Okay.
motion.
Let's go back.
We're just gonna have to wait for the foam to lower,
Yeah.
and
Let's
see,
give that 10 minutes.
Yeah, that's like 90% foam.
Where were we?
We were talking to one of 3 characters we're gonna get acquainted with. This is one of the
You talking to
more
me?
confrontational ones.
Yes.
Oh, I,
No.
Welcome to paradise.
Paradise?
The land of ever-flowing relaxation,
And
soothing
if you can hear this
all
voice
the
actor,
ichor you
this
can
is a
stomach.
whoa surfer dude.
brings you
Oh, yes.
Voice acting.
Just looking for your run-of-the-mill manatee cochlea.
Hey, we've got
That's
the-
enough. I'm sorry. I don't know what you're talking about. And if I did, that would be a secret of the Brotherhood.
So this is
Brotherhood?
The democratically united
he talked
brotherhood
about
of the
characters
Manatee
falling
and
into a torturous
United
death
we
into the belly of the
stand,
beast.
together we party.
Doesn't look like
You guys
much of a
just
torturous
live
death.
down here?
does it?
Yeah.
It seems like they're kind of
It's our own little slice of
fine
heaven.
and well
Feel free to stay.
in their
but
little slice of
please
heaven.
Don't rock the Manatee.
Here's the plan. You charge Johnny Cirrhosis over there, and I'll jump the leader and eviscerate his vitals. The square playing the bongos shouldn't be a problem for either of us. Whoever gets to him first scores the kill. Personally, I'll be going for his throat. He looks like a biter.
I don't think that's a good idea.
You're right. I'll keep my distance and shoot for an artery.
No, I mean, we can't just slaughter these guys.
Bloodthirsty.
The blue lady possessed Dakava and said they were necessary to
Yeah,
getting
she's a
the
little bit
sponge.
unstable in that
Well,
regard.
what's your plan?
I'm going to go talk to them.
Talk? Mighty pirates don't talk.
Because
We
it's
don't
an
have
adventure
time
game.
to talk.
There's
No,
dialogue
sweetheart,
trees
this
to
is
be
what I do.
experienced.
So just sit back, relax, and let Guybrush Threepwood take care of things. Go relace your corset or shine your pauldron or what have you.
Fine.
Guybrush.
But don't come running to me when
Condescending MFer.
negotiations fail.
But yeah, let's get acquainted with the dude first, perhaps.
Strong, silent type, huh?
So no, that wasn't Murray. It's
Just
clearly someone
in
who is
case.
that.
Guybrush Threepwood is the mightiest pirate in all the Caribbean, and LeChuck is a pansy. Say nothing if you agree. All right.
I don't remember the re-emergence as of now
Catch you
of
later. Don't
your
work too hard.
pirate parrot. It might not even be this episode, but it will re-emerge. Because I was thinking like,
Guybrush Threepwood.
who is the best pirate in the world? It's me, Guybrush Threepwood, I'm the pirate.
Yeah.
No, it would be
boy
great timing
Santino.
for
He
that.
has a name?
So let's meet Moose and Santino.
It's more of
Santino
a
is dead.
moniker, like the Santino. He's the coolest cat I've ever known.
Ah, right on, dude.
Can I interest you in a beverage?
That's quite the straw.
Sometimes you just want a quick rush of ichor. This baby does the trick.
I really shouldn't.
All right, man. But that means you gotta double up next time.
Fair enough. What can you tell me about the missing cochlea?
Nothing. That's a secret for brothers only.
A secret, you say?
I've been thinking I'd like to join your group.
They mentioned
You'd
a
have to
brotherhood.
talk to Bug-Eye about that. He's our
Bug Guy is the
unofficial
confrontational
head
fellow,
honcho.
and
Okay.
this is Moose, and the Bongo guy is Noogie.
Is there a substantial amount of lead in your drink?
Nah, man. This is pure, unfiltered ichor. I got hooked on this stuff when we landed down here.
You're drinking.
So yeah,
You
this
better
ichor
believe
is
it.
like fluid
Flows in
produced inside the
abundance, my
manatee.
friend.
So it's essentially like digestive goo or bodily secretion of the manatee,
Yeah.
but they've learned to love it. At least this guy.
What's at the funnel?
That's Jumbo Jimbo, my custom drinking apparatus. I break it out for special occasions.
Like lunchtime?
It's important to celebrate life, brah.
I propose a toast. It's a special occasion.
Yeah, the toast is a mechanic.
Ah.
To be used, pardon me, at a more opportune time. You're not quite there yet. You don't really know why you propose a toast.
Pirate history.
But that option is available to you now and will be at a time when you're getting to do this. And as you can imagine, now that you have control of Guybrush, that means you're distracting him to do something. But what is that? You don't know yet.
Yeah.
But you can just keep it in mind that that's always open for you. The various options. He will always toast to something. Yeah, the bump will explain itself. It's a rather
Ahoy
nifty
there.
built-in mechanic,
Hi.
actually. But
You're in charge of the
we'll
tunes,
see
huh?
that as we
I
explore
just
characters
like
and
to
the area.
play. It relaxes me.
I can relate. I went through a mouth harp phase. I'm Guybrush Threepwood, mighty pirate.
I'm Noogie. What's your pretty girlfriend's name?
Oh, she's not really my girlfriend. Her name's Morgan LeFlay. Why, you think she's hot stuff?
Well, yeah.
She'd chew you up like a pinky finger in a piranha pool.
Awesome.
It's a little bit of a submissive. Noogie.
I've been thinking I'd like to join your group.
Oh,
Well, Bug-Eye generally handles administrative matters. You should talk to him.
So the dialogue tree seems like very big, but sometimes it's just a small response.
Yeah.
Anyway, you know, so it's not a 20-minute dialogue tree.
I like the beat. How about something a little more up-tempo?
Like this?
I dig it.
Oh.
Hmm.
Up tempo gives
So-
it indigestion.
So, one moose can be distracted
Ew,
through
slimy grub.
toasting, and not that Noogie was distracted, but he will do something that will affect the environment
Mm-hmm.
when you ask him to. So it's a little hints of what's going to be done eventually here.
Oogie, my man.
The stomach bile levels are affected by
Yeah.
choice beats.
You enjoy it down here?
Oh, yes. I would have never been able to abandon Coronado de Cava. But once we split, I realized what I'd been missing. I'll never
And they're
work
like,
for
yeah,
another
they're
tyrant
tapping
again. Democracy
the
makes
inner
life
workings
worth
of the
living.
manatee. Obviously,
Gives me a voice.
the tap of the
You
ichor
adjust to it.
Mm-hmm.
is part of the inner workings. This is some kind of protrusion,
Yeah.
you know, that he uses as bongos, but it doesn't make the manatee go nuts or anything.
You seem like a
So-
stand-up sort of guy.
And if you
Tell me
notice,
about
Bug
the
Guy
missing
as a sort of
Never.
one of those
I
boxing
made a
balls
promise of
was hitting
brotherhood
like
with this man, and I'll never break it.
whatever that part
It's a secret
at the
for
back of
brothers
your
only.
throat is called.
Oh yeah, like a
Uh,
tonsils.
yeah.
Bye, Noogie.
Bye.
Oh, 2 out of 3 acquainted with. There's actually a little path down
okay.
from Noogie's screen. So just walk down. Rather nifty
Pleasure.
design of this place, you know. Gold looks like, and there's him
Ahoy there.
practicing
I'm
his
sorry, I
boxing
don't
skills.
think I got your name.
It's Bug-Eye.
Well, I've been doing some thinking, and I'd like to join the democratically united
know
brotherhood
sometimes
of the Manatee
people
Interior.
Is
Think
that
like, oh,
so?
this got to go through a
Although
remaster
I'm
process
applying
when
to
a
the
game is like
oligarchical
10
society
years
of the
old or
alpaca
whatever.
farmers' safety.
This wouldn't have
I wouldn't
anything to
want
do
it
with a
for this
missing
because it's
cochlea,
done in
would
a
it?
particular
No
style.
way. I just like the
You know,
cut
it's
of
not
your jib.
aged, it's
Well,
not
admittance is as
quaint
simple
or
as a
anything.
unanimous
So
vote,
I
even
wouldn't
for
need a
pirate
remaster of
such as
Tales,
yourself.
to be honest.
We're a democracy, after all. Noogie, Moose, Santino, and myself founded our collective after
Sometimes the
growing
old
tired
FMV
of
games
slaving away on
would
the crews of tyrannical
do
adventurers,
would
always after
make
some
for a good
meaningless
candidate
trinket.
because they could probably
Like,
pull video
say,
from
a
the
giant
archives.
sponge?
That's actually at least in standard
Precisely.
definition,
We're never going back
rather
to
than
our old
pixelated
lives. The Brotherhood
versions
was
for PC
forged
back
to
in the
make
day,
sure
so-
this adventure
Yeah.
is a never-ending one.
Down with the man and all of that.
Would you like me to call a vote?
Yeah, the thing is, you haven't convinced anyone to vote for you, but this is how you call a vote for the Brotherhood. So they're just establishing little things to do,
Yeah.
and even though you can trigger a vote, it's completely useless. So I wouldn't really waste time
Not
with it
right now.
right now.
So that kind
Give me
of
the skinny about the missing
If he
cochlea.
would, if
I can
he
keep a
would
secret.
even tell you.
I'll never
Yeah.
break. Except in the face of porcelain. Or tickle torture.
Perhaps you didn't hear before when you were told that it was a secret of the Brotherhood.
Well, I did, but I figured you told everybody that. And come on, I'm Guybrush Threepwood.
I don't care if you're the Queen of Swaziland or the ghost pirate LeChuck.
I've killed him a few times.
Sure you have, Cream Puff.
So yeah, I
a
would
real
just
killjoy.
recommend after
I don't take kindly to
Insulting him
ruffians
a little
messing with
bit.
the dynamics of the Brotherhood.
moving
You a
on
bit
and
like
exploring the rest
tyrants
of
you
the
claim to hate?
I don't
area.
appreciate your inference, Sweet Roll. We do everything democratically down here. Noogie, Moose, and Santino carry equal weight in every decision.
How about your decision to be a jerk?
No, that one's all me.
Later, Buggy Bilgewater.
So long, Threepwuss.
That's a new one. Threepwuss.
Piles of fabulous treasure. But what I need is a voodoo-sucking sponge.
It's a good effect when he goes there and you get that golden glow around him. The lighting.
Yeah, like interactive lighting, not lighting, which systems were capable of, producing, in terms of system requirements in 09. So, nice touch indeed. Treasure chest.
It's bulging.
Yeah, indeed.
It's locked.
Yeah.
And the thing is, you have an item that you will use multiple times in this game. So, go with that.
All unlocked. My hook is pretty handy. But sometimes I miss the old opposable digits.
Let's see.
What?
Want to find out who it is
The molecules
in the treasure chest.
formula is actualizing. Science! I have science here! La mort est tuée.
Quite dramatic.
Yeah, he didn't open it. Just unlocked it.
Woe upon thee, foolish
Ah.
mortal! You have unleashed certain.
Here he
doom of a
is.
form
Here
of
is
evil
Murray.
mankind, for the
Why is he
wrath of
here?
Murray shall be very funny.
Hi, Murray.
Creepwood, I suppose I should have expected this.
We left him on
Long
one of the
time no
islands
see.
in
How'd you
Escape.
get trapped in here?
Yeah.
Really,
I'm not
we never took
trapped.
him with us.
He was
Anyway.
running a
Before you
tourist
chose
joint.
to hang out in a treasure chest
Yeah.
inside of a manatee.
Well, my legions of undead marines had brought an armada of Spanish clippers to their knees when a mighty tempest tossed our ship.
I don't remember hearing about any battle with the Spanish Armada.
Ha! As if we would allow a soul to live to tell the tale.
Would you like some help?
Help! Ha! Help! I will end you!
Okay then. Well,
Expressive
nice talking to
eyebrows
you,
despite
Murray.
being a skull.
Maybe a little.
Come again?
Perhaps a lift.
Oh, you'd like help. Let's go, pal.
Ah, it's
And
dark in here.
just
And why does it
on
smell like rotten
Murray the
marmalade?
Talking Skull, this is the same voice actor that did Murray through Curse and Escape. And he's called Denny Delk. Obviously, they couldn't
Delk.
cast anyone to do like.
Yeah.
But they kept him on, and he was happy to come in for a third go around with Murray.
Nice. Okay. So, we finally have a beer. And
Looks like ichor digestive goo.
yep,
Yum,
that's
yum, yum,
it.
yum, yum.
It's hazy enough you can't see me through the glass.
Do you even like a hazy IPA personally? Is that
Yeah,
is
I
that
don't mind it.
to your liking? I know you have it, but maybe you got it in a collection.
No, I
sorts.
did
No,
pick this one up because just when it mentioned it being a Solero hazy pale ale. Also, we have Soleros as just like the fruity ice creams. So I was expecting to be kind of like mango and orange, but it doesn't have a lot of fruity notes. But
But yeah, good find, Stuart.
yes,
So,
hazy nonetheless.
so don't be disgusted by the multiple mentions of digestive goo. It's not a
If time we have digestive goo, we'll take a swig.
well. There's a ton of it in the scenery, obviously. There's a river of it, really. But yeah, we're a little bit more screen to explore to the left. Obviously, that's some kind of tubage. Pool of bile.
The
Pizza.
plaque reads
Painting.
Fish Eyes Alabaster, anarcho-socialist pirate philosopher. One day I hope my portrait has
Anything
such a
that can't
fancy
be
plaque.
seen.
So
Not just
forgotten
yet.
bowels of humanity.
But I
Oh.
think now maybe
Iron monkey.
you can. Yes. If you look at the weird bumps, I think maybe now is the reveal of their purpose.
Oh, it's some sort of fast travel.
You are good,
Moist,
Stuart. That's exactly what it
convenient.
is. You might forget, like, oh no, it was the wrong one, but it's not like you need to walk 360 degrees
Yeah.
around the thing to fast travel. I think that's a bloody well concede decision because it is a rather large screen.
Can't
It has
reach
layers and even stories to go,
can't reach
like
it.
you go from above to below, obviously. So yeah, so you can fast travel here through each and every one, even up to the monkey. Actually,
A
from
pool of
that
acidic yellow bile.
from one of those three, you can go up to the monkey.
Are you able to click on each individual? Oh
Yes.
yeah. Odd protuberance, strange growth, and weird bump.
So yeah, I won't bother like obsessing over remembering which is which. Like
Oh yeah.
and so it's they're doing some favors for you. And Guybrush doesn't find it unpleasant necessarily. So that
Okay.
was the one you did. So
Yeah, so third time lucky.
no,
Oh.
not just yet.
Okay.
So there are
Well,
a few
that's
things to do before you can
Need to
progress.
get a
but,
pipe cleaner.
Here we have
Oh.
That's
a
one angry
sort of
monkey. Like baboon angry.
make a little note of that you
That's one
noted an angry
monkey.
face.
Like baboon
You can
angry.
understand. You can understand that. But yeah, this is now sort of fully explored, if you will. So let's see if what's next here. I'm looking at my
Hey,
sheet.
my man.
And
I could really use your vote
See,
to the Brotherhood.
because I'm thinking,
Oh,
whoa,
I don't
how
know
did you
about
get a
that.
monk?
We got a pretty stable
Yeah,
force in here.
that's my
I don't
first
think
sort of
Buckeye
thing that I
likes you much
can't
anyway.
remember.
Well, let me do you a favor.
Like?
I'll get you a
Try and win
date
some
with the
favours.
Beautiful, dangerous Morgan LeFlay.
Really?
Yes, indeed.
You
This
think
is how you
she'd
buy
say
a vote,
yes?
a little
To a
bit.
stud such as
So,
yourself?
because
Of
you've triggered
course.
this,
Wow.
we should
Okay.
probably
If
get
the
this
date goes
done
well,
with.
you have
Might
my
require a
vote.
try or two,
Deal. In the
and after a
meantime,
try
there
or
is a
two, I'll
new
give you
members manual.
the
It
help you
might
need.
be worth looking over if you're serious. It's full of our
Now
initiation
you're
rituals,
getting some
neophyte duties,
helpful
etc.
Hazing rituals?
leaflet.
By law,
Hmm.
we're no longer allowed to use the word hazing. We call them enhanced initiation techniques.
Sounds delightful. One day coming up.
So yeah, I would just focus on solving this right now, which you can. It's not like you need more
Hey,
items.
Mo,
What is it?
So it's a matter of walking between LeFlay and
it's not
And,
really the best time for
Noogie.
this, but how about that guy over there? Pretty cute, huh?
4 Eyes? Kinda portly if you ask me.
Come on. You should go on a little manatee date with him.
No way. I feigned enough romance for one day.
Well, what about... Did I say date? No, I meant reconnaissance mission. He's dangerous. My guess? Assassin.
Really?
Yeah, really. Here's the play.
Shoot.
It's a 3-phase operation. First, you should...
yeah, this is a matter of doing things in the right order. So just think of like how this translates to a date. You know, how do you start off a date?
interrogate him. Ask him about himself. Let's figure out where this lowlife is from.
Okay.
Second, you must...
And I can just help you out with this one. You pick the right one in terms of number one.
Okay.
So now you're on your own. Now you're on your own. She's going to interrogate, which means she's going to ask questions about Noogie. That's going to make him feel appreciated. So what's next then?
Take his hand. Test his grip, in case it comes to fisticuffs.
Okay.
Lastly... inspect his gums for pathogens. In case he is a biter, we need to know what
Going
sort
in
of
for the
infections
kiss.
we'll be
Is
dealing
that
with.
it?
Okay, so interrogate, test his grip, and then
Remember, interrogate is
inspect his gums
correct.
for disease.
You got it. Good luck. I've got your 6.
Thanks.
Which is kind of a spoiler that you actually have done it wrong.
Oh,
But it's fun to see the results of this. So I'll help you out with the second one when you, after you have experienced once Nuggie's sort of a report about how the date went,
Hey,
which
Noogie.
Guybrush is going to automatically do for you right now.
Terrible.
Oh, what happened?
It was going all right for a minute.
It's going all right for a
First,
minute.
She wanted to know all
She wanted
about
to know all
me.
about me.
She was
Interrogation,
interested
check.
right off the bat.
Well, then what?
Then she made the first move and took my hand.
Yeah.
I knew
So
I was
grip
doing well.
was correct.
Second
Okay.
place.
That doesn't
So-
sound so bad.
But then
It's the
they
third one.
shoved their hands into my mouth. Why would I ever want that?
But different strokes, you know?
Not for this guy, ever.
Wow. I'm sorry things didn't go as well as you'd hoped.
It's not your fault. I just don't think she's for me.
Well, do you think I could have your vote
So
anyway?
now when you go back to
I don't think
Morgan
so.
and
Let
choose
me
the
go
same
talk to
things
her.
again,
I
remember you
still
can
see
right
love in
click
the
through
future for
that
you two
dialogue
crazy
if you want to
kids.
speed it up. So yeah, Noogie will give her a chance, a second chance, or
Hey, Mo,
99
what
if
is
you
it?
can't figure it out.
I need you to go on another...
Who this time?
Well, Noogie again. I just don't think our...
Really?
That's the spirit. It's a 3-phase operation. Interrogate him.
Okay.
Second, you must...
Grip was correct.
take his hand. Test...
Okay.
Lastly...
And weapons wasn't. So what do you think, Stuart? Let's make it exciting here. What do you think will be the correct one out of reflex test and check for weapons? Which one feels right?
check for weapons. Like that's almost like frisking him, so it's like kind of like a hug. Throwing rocks at him, it's just daft enough to be the right answer.
What do you think, Stuart?
Throw a rock at his head and see if he snatches
wrong.
it out of the air.
Oh.
That way, we have an assessment of his reflexes.
Okay, so you
Okay,
can speed through this
okay,
as well
so
a little
interrogate.
bit. So
And then
even when
reflex
Noogie
test.
You got
breaks down when
Thanks.
what went wrong with the date. So as you can see, not a terrible long puzzle. Just
Yeah.
if you get one right, cool. You get
Hey,
two right,
Noogie.
cool. Then
How was the date?
it's 1 out of 3.
Oh, I was
Uh-oh.
expecting
What
to have a
happened?
lump on his head.
Doing all right. First, she wanted to know all.
Well, then what?
Then she made the first move.
That doesn't
So
sound
again,
so bad.
Then
interrogate, the
she
grip,
threw a rock at
and now
my
we got
head.
only one
It
left
really
that we
hurt.
haven't tried.
Hey, some guys are into that.
I don't want to.
Man, I'm sorry it didn't go...
It's not your fault.
Let me go talk to her.
Okay.
Hey, Mo,
What is
I need you...
Re-
It's a 3... Interrogate him.
okay?
Second,
Interrogate, grip,
take his hand.
Okay.
Lastly,
and
Check
which
for
one
weapons.
haven't you
Give
checked?
him a
Check for
pat
weapons,
down.
did you?
when things turn to duck soup, we need to know what we're facing.
Which I agree
Okay.
feels a little bit
Okay,
more,
so
a little bit more wholesome, but still
interrogate.
forward
Test
enough
his
for
grip.
Noogie to
And then
appreciate.
Check for weapons.
You got
He
it.
didn't really
Good
like
luck.
hands
I've got your 6.
in his mouth.
Thanks.
So maybe a hand on his shoulder, on his back, maybe.
Mhm.
Hey, Noogie. How was the date?
At first, I was really nervous,
Yeah?
but it turned out great. She was so into me. First, she wanted to know all about me. She was interested right off the bat.
Nice.
Then she made the first.
Mr. Big Stuff over here.
And then before I knew it, she's got her hands all over me. It was awesome. The perfect date.
Glad to hear it went well. So I've got your vote.
Certainly. Oh man, I'm putting all of this in my journal. I even found a strand of a hair
Cool.
on my
Okay.
vest. That's going in too.
Cool.
As a keepsake.
Getting creepy.
Creepy.
Sorry.
Yeah, that has one vote is secured. Yeah, I was about to say, Santino is not looking very lively.
Yeah, how are we supposed to get his vote?
Catch you later. Don't work too hard.
Well, I think they've told you, if not, Moose always votes with Santino. So how can we make Santino an active participant then?
Think I could count on your vote?
Man, that's a tough one. I try not to get too wrapped up in the politics of the group. That's the beauty of democracy, man. Let other people make the big decisions, and you can just ride the wave.
Free spirits.
I just vote for whoever
Indecising effort.
Santino goes in for.
So he votes for whatever Santino votes for. So how do we make Santino part of the process then?
Do we swap skulls with Murray?
Sounds like a fun idea, doesn't it?
See ya.
Later on.
The grub is in my eye.
Yeah.
It's in
Still
my eye.
animated in your inventory like prior games. No.
Well, it's not a clip-on.
So you just swap it. You gotta not swap it, Stuart, but
Switch? No, that's another word for swap.
Coming here often?
not swap it, but swap.
Catch you later. Don't work too hard.
Sword. Now I've said it. Swipe was my clue.
Come back! Whoa, what are you doing, bro?
Now can you
I
see
saw a spider on Santino here.
how this
Don't
works?
harm a
Hopefully you will.
creature of the Manatee, bro.
Like you're on the right
Santino
track.
does
This is
fine.
what you're supposed to
He
do.
loves bugs.
He
But
loves
you can't do it when you're being watched.
Every grub I waste is one more I'll have to pick up for Decava.
So against it, you can't do it just while you're being watched.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Hi,
Sup?
So
I propose a toast. It's a special occasion.
let's pick a fun
Righteous.
occasion here.
What's the occasion?
Dia de
My
los
vote.
Muertos.
Goes to Fruit Tuesday, but hey, anything works. Nope, 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 nope,
No.
nope.
Oh,
That
okay.
skull is sturdily attached.
Still.
Totally attached.
You keep some straight. It's getting dark again.
Might need to redo it again.
Yeah.
Hi.
Sup?
Time for Fruit Tuesday.
I like his reaction to
propose a
each
toast.
and
It's a
every
special
one of them.
occasion.
Righteous. What's the occasion?
Very easily led into party mode.
Fruit Tuesday.
Moves. No, it's not off.
But it's
But
loose.
it's not sturdily attached anymore.
Hi.
Sup?
Drink
And
more
I don't-
bio,
I'm-
please.
I'm not sure you need to distract him now, to be honest.
Alright.
See ya.
Because
Later on.
the weaponry was a little bit more forceful. Maybe he won't notice if you do a little Indiana Jones-like swappy.
Hey,
Yeah.
Niels, did you know it's Hug and Otter Day?
No
Or he does
way.
it
That deserves
by
a
himself
drink.
with a different occasion. That's fine. It is indeed a little Indiana Jonesy.
Yeah. Oh.
Threepwood, you have made the greatest mistake of your life. In my new corporeal form, I will scorch these lands to the ground, only to rebuild them in my nefarious almighty image.
So, you like your new setup?
I do. Santino, bro, you want to spot me on this one?
So they're kind of nuts. Like, he hasn't noticed that Santino is dead and he's not surprised that he's now chatting.
Perhaps I will
So they're a little out of
be
their
the
head.
brothers for a moment.
Yeah.
Before burning the world?
Terror will come to this manatee, rest assured.
Hey there, Santino.
Aloha.
Think I can get your vote into the Brotherhood?
We are very selective of our members.
I just scammed your way in
It's been
15
difficult.
seconds ago. How about a nod for the effort?
Okay, sure thing, Creepwood.
Yeah, that was a classic.
How's the body treating you?
Remarkably well. It's only a matter of time before I gain control of my limbs.
Oh boy, then we're in for it.
I shall rewrite your definition of misery.
You're literate now too?
Not completely.
Talk to you later, Murray.
So,
Take care, Windbag.
what did the manual say that you received? I don't think we've examined
Yeah, I
that.
never looked at it.
It reads, The Democratically United Brotherhood of the Manatee Interior, a guide for the newly initiated. The first chapter is Initiation and You. The cover is loose. The cover is loose.
That was a little clue, actually.
Okay.
No, it's already loose. That means it can be swapped sometime later.
Hmm.
This is actually the basis for getting the votes from this duo. But I'm not sure how far ahead in this exploration that is, but that's the
I just
kind
vote
of
for whoever Santino
conceit
goes
of it all.
in for.
So yeah, you're kind of done here for now, anyway.
See ya.
Later on.
But you did get a grub, and that was the key to rebuilding the cochlea. And
Yeah.
you can go up to the upper floor again to the cava if
the
you
last
like,
thing I need is them colonizing my trousers.
with that grub that you picked. You need to go upwards the long way, so to say. You can't go through one of these.
Okay.
So I just recommend getting through the right one.
The wired. Those
So
chips
you
look
can
like
just
airforms.
walk up this path or click on it, so he will run himself. So I'll just present the grub to him, so maybe he can make some progress on this inner ear.
Splendid! You found a manatee throat grub.
Let's build a cochlea.
That's the plan. Only 99,999 left.
Come again?
Each grub
And no,
yields
Stuart,
such a small
you
amount of
will
usable
not
fuzz. By calculations,
collect
I'll need another
99,999 grubs.
Right.
This is
It's a
no
funny
Who has
joke.
tried that though?
Creep willow.
We don't have time to collect that many
You
grubs.
might be able to pick up some
Time
more, and
is
it
all
will
we
count
have.
downwards,
Rest assured, it
perhaps,
will all
you know.
pay
But
off in the end.
This is
I'm sure you
bananas.
can't do it more
New
than a few
plan.
times.
Find the actual cochlea.
So I just want to give you that joke.
Okay.
That because they're so sly about it, like you can get it into your inventory and everything. And he said
Think
that
about
he
your
needs
crew.
them. Excellent. I'll bring them
My
to
crew.
him. Oh
Say no
darn!
more. I don't want to get
Just
emotional
one
in front of an Ukro member.
Out of
Oh,
100,000.
mother cries haunt my dreams.
What do you want, La Esponja Gordo again?
Why do you want La Esponja Gordo again?
Forgotten the name.
It is a unique voodoo artifact. One afternoon, whilst strolling through her favorite Hexer's market, the voodoo lady mentioned the power of the giant sponge, and I could not think of a more noble gift for my buxom bewitcher.
And you've been on this quest ever since? Couldn't you have just bought her flowers or a custom shrunken head rack?
Imagine her face when she opens the box.
Isn't this thing gigantic?
Well, when she removes the box.
Well, not too much
I think
more.
I think we're up here for a purpose actually. If he didn't already give something to you, because I was looking at my
doing?
sheet.
I'm working on the replacement
you
inner
are
ear,
supposed
and
to
you
get
should be finding me
a
my
mug
materials.
Right.
from him,
Grubs.
and I'm pretty sure you can trigger
want me
that
to do,
through
Captain?
dialogue.
Gather grubs. Time waits for no man.
The T. You need 100,000 of these grubs to build one cochlea?
By my calculations, yes.
This is gonna take forever. You know
Not
that,
now,
right?
then a
Forever?
little bit further
Oh,
into the game.
Several years, yes. An ardent adventurer must maintain his focus over the long game, crewman Threepwood.
Huh? What was that?
So yeah, perhaps not
All right
yet.
then.
So
Take care.
Maybe visit Winslow.
no, you're supposed to get a mug from him. I'm just thinking, what was the? Because I think this is around the time because you started campaigning for votes. You checked in with the Carver's Cochlea progress.
Everything okay in there?
Certainly, sir. I'm just relaxing with a glass of warm
Okay. We probably now I know what we probably need to trigger first. Did you see the light out of the
Yeah.
porthole? Yeah. When
That his
he
pop's
talked to you.
glowing.
Okay. This might actually be a good, because we're not doing the full episode now. There might be a good idea to introduce to you this game's sword insulting.
Oh.
and let you get a feel for it, but perhaps then gather strength and energy in terms of how we solve it in
Okay.
the same vein as we always do. But you should go and talk to Bug Guy down in the belly. So just exit the belly. Guybrush will do a little jumpy. So one of the bumps will lead you to Noogie, or you just walk to Bug Guy. It doesn't take that long. So the game doesn't have a monkey combat, but it has a
Hi there.
version of
Now what?
sword insulting.
Hmm.
I'm not sure Fish Eyes
What do you say
Alabaster
about
was
giving
something
a
we
nod to
needed
old
to
Guybrush Threepwood
talk
come
to him
voting
about
time?
right now, but regardless.
Come on, what? Wait, really?
You can have my vote as soon as you beat me in a pirate
Yes,
face-off.
here we are.
We don't want any
Pirate face-off.
weenies in the Brotherhood.
Is this gonna hurt?
Just your pride, Johnny Cakes. I give you my best pirate face, and then all you have to do is top it.
It's about doing
Originality
faces to
Yeah.
each
I'm
other.
a pirate with a face.
It's a
This should be
pirate
a cinch.
face off.
Ready?
But as you
I'll
can
go
guess, when you
first.
enter these things from the beginning, you don't have
Alright,
all the
we're ready for
tools
some
to
pirate face-off
be the person.
action.
Mm-hmm.
It's Bug-Eye, the Viceroy of
And it
Visages
requires you to gather.
versus
Guybrush Threepwood.
Guybrush Threepwood. Let him have it, Bug-Eye. Here comes the Stinky,
lazy-eyed meanie.
All right, my turn.
Do your worst, Guybrush. Show this egalitarian bozo who's boss.
Now check this out.
And the thing is,
Oh.
the reason why you have two choices here, they might have given you one, but you've actually, or three, sorry, you've actually looked at least one or two mean faces.
Oh yeah, the
you remember-
monkey on the face of the ship.
There are faces on
So
items
I could
and
collect
through
information
people.
from things in the area.
Exactly, and this is the extent of them. You know, so you can see that there's not a whole lot of choices here, but you can't win this one. So just for the sake of it, pick the three you have. And as we gather these,
Here comes the
preferably next stream,
Stinky,
you'll realize that it's
lazy-eyed
not as difficult as it
meanie.
looks. Because they're strange
That's it?
names, you know, Stinky, Meanie,
Did you
Lazy-Eyed.
miss me saying
But it's not
originality
terribly
counts?
difficult, actually.
Or are you such a pathetic pirate that you had to copy my face to a T?
Really, Guybrush?
Come on, I added my own flavor.
You might as well have been looking in a mirror. This is humiliating.
Yeah, he did actually. Yeah,
Mighty
exactly.
pirate
That was what he
indeed.
did. I think he just mimicked him.
Mhm.
Bummer, dude.
It just slipped out. right.
One to one, like a
She'll
copy.
realize her mistake and hurry back for it. Wait for it. Wait.
Lost his one and only fan.
So, pirate faces.
Better go cop a few new mugs if you want to upgrade from miserable embarrassment to just simple failure.
So yeah, I mean, you can pick up the card if you like, just to pick it up, the ones you drop.
Oh yeah, by Noogie.
An original signed Guybrush 3-put. Morgan's gonna want this back.
But that's what's happening next. So, finding faces. So it's not like we're totally at the halfway point, but we're a good 40% into it, I'd say.
A monkey face. I like
so
it.
this is just my suggestion. But you can, if you want to play a little bit longer, just if you're curious, then fine. But
Yeah,
but we're not going to do the entire episode tonight.
Portrait of Fish Eyes Alabaster. It's
I
covered
want to
in
wipe
paint
this
drying.
painting.
I can't see the painting.
You don't have anything to wipe it with just yet. Kind of where the mug comes in, that I'm wondering why it wasn't triggered. But it might be now, to be honest. So if you just want to satisfy that curiosity, if you go up to the Kava again, maybe now it's that dialogue option is triggered.
What, back where the Kava?
Yeah.
Deckhand, could you do me a favor?
Yes, here we are.
I'm parched. I would love a drink, but none of that yellow muck, dangerous stuff that is, makes my eyes go wilder than a frothing Pomeranian.
Okay, one drink coming up.
So the mug is for, well, pouring something into, of course.
Kava's empty mug. I should really get him that drink.
But if you think a little bit about what you just talked about downstairs, what you wanted to do.
It's from a wanted poster. It's hard to say.
So what were you saying, Ken?
My clue was that now that we have a mug, think about what you were, what you wanted to do just a few minutes ago downstairs. You were really itching to do what to a painting.
Oh yeah, clean it. We're going to use stomach fluid, pour over the... No?
Hey you, rabble-rouser.
Me?
Yes?
Rabble-rouser?
Are you enjoying your time with the Democratically United Brotherhood of the Manatee Interior?
How can I not? Can't wait to be voted in.
We'll see about that. In the meantime, I don't want any trouble. We got it nice and easy down here.
Okie dokie.
Just some friendly advice. Don't be poking around up top, and stay away from Dakava. The last thing this manatee needs is his sense of direction restored. We don't need to be getting to any sacred mating ground.
Ah.
They're well aware.
I've never seen manatees mate before, but I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure I don't want to be inside
So
one
likely
when I
they
do.
stole the cochlea
I'm
at one
glad
point.
we're on the same page.
But yeah, you were saying in terms of what solution you were aiming for.
If we were going to use liquid on the painting so we could see possibly a face on it, I imagine we should get Noogie
my
to
man.
up the tempo.
I like the beat. How about something a little more up tempo?
Like this?
I dig it.
You might have to redo this, because you forgot that there is a time limit to this, and you forgot that you have a fast travel tool.
Oh, okay.
But before you do the same dialogue again, just stop
Hey,
for
my
a second to study what appeared in the dialogue tree.
Arr! Yar!
Ooh, that's a good one.
Ah.
You realize what just happened?
Yeah, I picked up a new expression. So
that sort of tells you to
Hey, my man.
do that to everyone, right?
yeah. Okay.
I like the beat.
Like
Now you're at the water's edge. Conveniently. It's pool of bile, indeed.
1 cup of horribly corrosive, ultra-toxic manatee bile. Delish.
They're made of strong stuff by now. Like drinking that doesn't corrode the crew, funnily enough.
Mm-hmm.
Manatee bile, the ocean's natural solvent. Whoa, check out those peepers. They should do nicely.
Just learned another one, Stuart.
Mm-hmm. Murray have any expressions?
Hey there, Santino.
Aloha.
Maybe.
Your contorted cast couldn't scare a schoolgirl. In my day, I could turn a man to stone with a smirk. I can make blood boil with a scowl. And all I need is a reason. And lips.
And lips.
So likely not. Not even an eyebrow
Take
thing.
care, windbag.
Moose has got to have something.
Something with the mouth, maybe, because he does make
Yeah, he has no eyes.
mouth movements as part of the pirate face-off as well. So that was a little crooked smile.
Even my
Crooked
own crew.
R.
Hey Mo.
What is it?
Arr.
Arr!
Ooh, that's a new one.
So a few of these are very simple. There's one that is harder, that is needed for the tree of different expressions.
Now, is there anyone left? Would the Kava have a expression?
Would the Kava have a what?
Would the Kava have an expression?
Well, he's a person, isn't he?
Winslow?
As I said, not everyone is as easy as just clicking R. At least one is more difficult. But did Bug Eye give you any expression?
I wouldn't have thought I would have got anything from him, but let's try it.
Maybe an additional, if you talk to him, Bob.
Yeah.
Ahoy there.
Now what?
Clearly not. Okay, cool.
Later, Buggy Bilgewater.
So long, three
You actually
Right.
need to win it twice, so you would probably get through round 1 now.
Yeah.
But I would still recommend gathering as many as you can. But the one from the Kava is not as easy as just that. So
Mm-hmm. Let's go talk to him and then.
but there is also a one place that you haven't visited in this whole area, or you
Okay.
weren't able to.
The blocked tunnel to the Iron Monkey?
Yes,
Chief.
you haven't.
How's that drink coming along, Swabby?
Don't worry, I'm on it. Arr.
What was that nonsense?
A pirate face. Intimidating. Arr.
I am an explorer and esteemed adventurer. I
So
don't do
yeah,
those
he
sort of
needs a
things.
little bit of work
Oh, not even
to
a
get him to
little?
do a face,
Not even a
whether he
little.
likes it or not.
So he needs
And you
his
c-
drink?
And you can't do that right now. So
All right then.
Take care.
one of
Okay.
the more involved puzzles, actually. But you'll get there.
Now, he used to get a drink, but it's not the yellow bile. Did he say he doesn't like it?
No, I think he expressed that he did not know. But there isn't that much
Other.
choices out there for us. You know, it's the ichor
Mm-hmm.
or nothing. But no, this is blocked. So what I'm thinking,
What do we have in our inventory?
your mug isn't empty.
No, it isn't.
I think this is, if I'm going by memory here, was how you
Much
used
better.
it
Well,
twice.
better anyway.
It applied to 2 solutions. Oh. Here we are. Oh. Iron monkey.
Oh.
Huh, look at that.
And the cover.
Somebody should really return this to their local library. Modern torture made easy. Yeah, I really hate to break a sweat while breaking the wills of my enemies.
Was there anything else on the Iron Monkey to note?
Ideally, I was looking for its. See if we copy its face.
But apparently not.
Yeah.
But you have gained a cover.
This book is full of gut-wrenching torture techniques. Really, there's a device called the Gut Wrencher.
And you have a manual, a Brotherhood manual.
Do we put it in its place?
Guybrush has said that the cover is
Too
loose.
important for that.
So let's play around with items.
With a little elbow grease, I can swap the covers on these 2 books.
Now you have a member's manual with a different cover.
Now the most useless torture manual ever.
Because someone might need to be sold on the
An
Brotherhood.
ancient torture manual with the cover of the Democratically
That
United
wasn't sold
Brotherhood
on the
of Manatee
Brotherhood
Interior's new members manual. It
via
should not
its
be considered a veiled
actual
criticism of
cover.
democracy.
Hmm.
But you've now swapped the covers. Maybe present the members manual to someone who might appreciate that sort of thing. Torture and stuff.
Murray? That was luck.
Yeah, I never remembered them, so I often did it wrong, but yeah, you were never stuck for too long.
Murray, I mean Santino, do you want to have a look at this new members manual to the Brotherhood? You might find it pretty
It's like
interesting.
a very poorly replaced cover, not even the same sizes.
Well, I just thought these initiation rituals might strike your fancy. The first step in drawing and quartering your victim is...
Wait, what was that?
Just going over some of what I can look forward to when I'm voted into the Brotherhood.
Let me see that. Why, that's positively malevolent. Look at all the blood.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to it.
Wait a minute. Let me see the cover. Ha! It's the genuine article.
Too bad I can't have your vote.
Smooth,
Aha!
smooth,
You should
smooth
be careful
Guybrush.
what you ask for. Consider my vote yours, and your demise imminent.
So now you got 2 votes, and the third one is gained through defeating
Yeah,
the man in a pirate face-off.
I think I ever did ask him this.
Tell me about ichor. What sort of varietals does it come in? Any favorite vintages?
3 years ago was a solid year. Potent stuff. This here's the orange. I dig it. It's got a bubbly effervescence with a tangy palate. Watch out for the yellow stuff you see in the pools, though, man. The stuff will peel the shell off a nautilus.
Okay.
See ya.
Later on.
So.
So if you truly want to find your lost expression, you can. But that is with the kava, and I believe if I can get you to rack your brain. Do you remember when in Monkey Island 2, on the 20th screen of the game, 2 hours in?
Yeah.
Do you remember meeting Wally, the cartographer, in Monkey Island 2? Sweet
Yes.
Wally? Yes. There was a puzzle that involved him occasionally dropping his monocle.
Mm-hmm.
And you're sort of swiping it.
Okay.
But you had to wait for it. If I remember correctly, there's a similar mechanic here. Not here, but with the kava.
All right.
who still wants a drink, but won't accept that yellow icky stuff.
Oh,
But we have a little prompt here, there.
you might have a face
How
on
you
him.
doing, Winslow? Can I get you anything? Mogobile?
I'm well, thank you. I wanted to inform you, as I was crawling back under the covers, I came across something unsettling.
Not another outbreak of Polynesian bed mites.
No. And I've seen my fair share of disturbing things between the sheets.
La 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 la.
What was it, Winslow?
I believe a threat, sir. I left it over on the gangplank. It came with a note. Something about this being what happens to those who try to interfere with the Brotherhood.
Oh no.
Seabiscuit!
Huh.
One of the seahorses that led us
I love these
to this
things.
place.
And a seahorse head!
And a cookie, apparently. Yeah.
A seahorse head. Giant manatees snack on these things like crackers. Man, if somebody made little fish-shaped snack crackers for people, they'd be sitting
A
on
snack for
gold mine.
manatees.
Okay.
Oh, that will come in handy.
Mhm.
But yeah. Let's do a little reprisal of a Monkey 2 puzzle variant by just standing over there with the carver and sort of studying what he does. Whoops, what did he do, Stuart? Yoink!
Where has my monocular run off to? Slippery devil.
Your mug, sir.
That's a pretty good idea.
But I told you, no yellow.
But he
Those
can
other
still
flavors
see
are for
Damn it.
wimps.
up
Are
close.
you trying
Damn
to
it.
kill me? I told you I lose complete ocular control.
So, how does one get the drink past him then?
We changed the color of it. Moose mentioned
does-
it was orange somewhere.
Yeah. I can just tell you this, that there's no other liquid to mix. And just in case you think maybe there's something in the belly of the beast, there's
Mhm.
not.
Crumble up some seahorse skull.
What? Crumble up, did you say?
Mm-hmm.
How?
I don't know. I'm just hoping this combination mechanic will do it for me.
Well, the game would be you need to study your inventory to sort of check what you have. Remember, you need to make an orange drink.
Yeah. I don't think I have
Remember
anything.
remember what we just took.
Are we going to mess with the...
Dakava's monocular. A single-lens device he uses to see while working in the darkness of the manatee's throat. These lenses are about the same size. Dakava's monocular now has a red lens. You see the manatee through rose-tinted glasses. Or uncover loads of secret messages.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah.
So give him his glasses back.
Your monocular, boss.
Thank heavens! I was going mad without them. No harm done to them.
The lens was cracked when I found it, so I replaced it.
How resourceful of you, crewman. Taking after old Coronado, I see.
A little demeaning to Guybrush. Crewman.
Mm-hmm.
A mug full of the bily bubbly. And thank you for avoiding the corrosive yellow ichor.
Look.
Oh.
Check out those eyes.
Oh dear lord.
Oh, even the orange has gone foul. Never again. It's Eustachian runoff or seawater for me from here on.
Ugh. Okay, so that seems to be a few expressions.
Pretty much all you need, unless you learn one or two from losing a game or two.
All
You know what I
right,
mean?
so
Like
you maybe
he might
use-
have 1 or 2 within the game, but you're pretty well filled up though.
Yeah.
In those like 12 spots, I think you have like 6 or 7. I think there were 12.
Okay.
Like yeah, 12. Free because you do free expressions from top to bottom, and there were 4 in each box.
Yeah. So
you
start
wanna have-
the next stream.
Yeah, because there is like if you looked at that tree, which is now filled up with all different kinds of names, it didn't really suggest any logic, obvious logic, but that's my tease for the next stream. It isn't difficult at all.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, despite all these coded names, stinky-eyed, meanie, lazy-eyed, whatever. But yes, I think it's a good point. So do your own save. You've done auto-saving up to this point, but we need to give the auto-save a buddy. So, and there's your little recap so far.
Yeah.
In case you need it next time. But yes, good work, Stuart.
Thank
It's
you.
a bizarre little sidetrack. Finding characters that, you know how castaways go a little nuts.
Mm-hmm.
Well, this is this game's version of how these crewmen go a little nuts while still being oddly aware of that they want to be in these surroundings. They like it this way.
Yeah. Yeah, they're all a little nuts in their own unique way.
So yes.
But it's cool to kind of have this environment that changes up from, islands.
You will, at the tail end of the episode, that's my tease for next time, you will obviously exit this setting, but that's not the end of the episode. So there will be a little, let's say a fifth, the last fifth is outside.
Okay. Well, of course, someone needs to hold a sword to Guybrush's throat to end the episode.
Exactly. But yeah, that will be a good time to finish that episode next stream. And if you are patient enough, don't watch the beginning of episode 4. But yeah, we'll see what happens. We'll see what time we have.
Yeah.
It's they all will offer up different environments. Well, not fairly different environments, but a really different type of drama and storytelling. That I think is the strongest part of it, because Flotsam is like recurring in a way.
All right.
But it's not like redoing everything again.
Yeah.
There is development here in the drama because the pox is developing. And,
exactly. And that weird doctor.
So that's not the sort of lazy way of like, let's just set everything nearly on one island. So I think they did really well varying up matters. And the 5th episode, which I'm not going to spoil, is the most unexpected areas you visit. So
okay,
but that's 5. We're on 3.
Mm-hmm. Oh well, there we are. That is another exciting installment into our Tales of Monkey Island saga series. So let's put a pin in it for this one. So yes, if you're enjoying watching these videos, leave a message in the comments and tell us, encourage us to continue.
Yeah, and
we're
I have my
continue regardless.
Ideas of like what do we stream after this one, or after Return to Monkey Island, which I haven't played yet. But I'm thinking like
Final Fantasy 1 through 16.
Did you say Final Fantasy?
From 1 to 16.
Yeah, I do. I'd rather not, personally. but what I was thinking, like, if we're gonna do adventure games, yes, Indiana Jones sounds like fun, but it's adventure, man. It's not necessarily a lot of riots. So for the sake of our personal entertainment between you and I, maybe we should stick to something that's fun. And my proposal for the future is Toonstruck, which is the FMV mixed with cartoon game that stars Christopher Lloyd as an animator that's drawn into or sucked into his own cartoon.
Okay.
So it's they obviously did shoot footage and also animated a lot of stuff, but otherwise it's a digitized Christopher Lloyd in regular point-and-click adventure environments. It's not an easy game. It's not even for children, as a matter of fact. But it's really good, and that can't have been cheap back in the day because they both got Christopher Lloyd, Ben Stein from Ferris Bueller's teacher, and a lot of famous people in the voice cast. A lot, including Homer Simpson. Dan Castellaneta, voicing a character that doesn't sound anything like him or Homer. So it's literally impossible to recognize him. But it's like a star-studded thing. Difficult as heck though, so I need a fresh playthrough if we ever go into Toonstruck. And when I say it's not for children, it's not like it's graphic, but it's a little bit adult in theme, despite being a Roger Rabbit sort of setup. For the future.
Another one I was thinking of was after. I'm not sure when it came out, if it was after Return or not, but there was there is a game called Sea of Thieves. I think I might have told you about this, and they had a 3-part expansion called The Legend of Monkey Island.
Okay.
And I've never played it, but I'm assuming you're a first person pirate. It's most like, I think the game takes place on the seas, but you can go into islands and complete missions. And
it's like a DLC thing, or
so there's like a Monkey Island DLC where you go to let's say Scab Island, and you meet Guybrush and Elaine and go on an adventure.
Is it canon though, Stuart? I don't play anything that isn't canon.
I think
I'll go mad if it isn't canon.
Like, I think Dominic Armado's voicing him, so it's close to canon as I get.
Fair enough.
You'd have to get a lot of permission.
And I gather it's a real game, not a fan game, so they
this isn't like booze.
They did get the license and all that.
Yeah. But I believe it's still available. Because I was worried if it was just like for like how so many games have seasons. Like if you miss it, then you're done. But I believe it's still a thing.
I remember seeing screens of it, but never really got the gist of what it was. I gather it wasn't pure point and click. I gather it was like they were bringing in Monkey Island into a little bit of different context, different type of gameplay. Or I guessed anyway, that was it. Because if it was a new Monkey Island, people would talk about it in that context. But this seemed like,
something to investigate closer to the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's my suggestion anyway. Moving forward, pick something that's humorous to a degree.
Mm-hmm.
And Toonstruck is just wildly difficult. It really requires cartoon logic. But again, I will have a fresh playthrough and likely won't remember everything. But it's good fun. It was well done for a late, I'm going to say 97, which is point-and-click adventure, like really past their prime, to be honest. But it's like a 2D thing. It's not even a Lloyd in a 3D environment. It's him in a proper cartoon 2D environment. It was fantastic, man. Also available likely on Steam, because I got mine on Good Old Games, so you can probably pick it up very cheaply.
Yeah, I think there's that, and then what would be good? It's got nothing to do with Monkey Island, but I think we should do like a blind playthrough of Thank Goodness You're Here.
Never heard of it.
Yeah, it's sort of like a point and click sort of platform, and you're just like this little. It's a very British game. So British, it won a BAFTA last week for Best British Game. But I believe it's a sort of cartoony little platformer where you solve puzzles just by clicking on them. But in game, instead of you clicking it, your character just slapping things until they work.
Okay.
but it's full of British humour, and it looks very child friendly, but I think it's maybe secretly a little crude.
Mm-hmm.
So
well, respected enough. Clearly, I didn't know BAFTA did gaming awards, but there you go.
yeah.
Very progressive of them.
So,
were you ever into, not to overextend this stream, but were you ever into that subgenre of walking simulators that kind of painted a narrative picture of things that were going on? Things like Dear Esther, Firewatch. We're going to the Rapture.
I did do a Firewatch, yes.
Right. Dear Esther is it's quite surreal and abstract. You just walk in this strange island, and a narrator cuts into your walking every now and again with story beats that seem very unconnected and connected. But it's a very fascinating game. Lots of interpretations of what is this. As a matter of fact, fantastic soundtrack.
I've played something similar on the PlayStation, and it was called, I think, What Happened to Edith Finch.
I'll have that on a wish list somewhere, maybe because of my. They suggested it because I've liked Dear Esther, but it was rather expensive. Actually, it seemed like more of a full-priced game.
Yeah.
Dear Esther started out as like this fan mod of the Half-Life engine.
Okay.
But it is its own narrative game. It's not a reskin of its gameplay. But really fantastic. It's a good 10 years old now, so it's. I think it's the one that kickstarted that. Is this a game or is it an art piece or what is it? And people obviously got pissy in the comments. It's not a game.
Yeah, Edith Finch is a bit of the same. You're sort of, it's a first person point of view, and you're just walking. You're returning to your family home, which it looks like a normal home, but it's full of crazy extensions. It's kind of like the family tree, and as you go into each room of the house, it tells you about another member of the family and kind of how they tragically died. So you're like the last remaining member of the family, and you have several siblings and your mom and dad, and they would all have, one went to be like a Hollywood actress in slasher movies, and actually has the John Carpenter Halloween theme playing, and it turns into like a comic book, and you're walking through the panels of the book. It's really good.
Yeah, it sounds like they were going for the similar feel there, of either painting a very concrete picture of backstories or being very surreal and abstract with it. But I'll hit you up with an old trailer for Dear Esther. You might recognize it, but that's one I really liked. And even though I couldn't interpret it at all, really, well, I had my ideas, but there's a lot of things really happening in the narration where you maybe need to stop for 10 minutes, really, to think about it. But I still got the gist of it, and it's one of those things. Well, you're not supposed to have the handbook handed to you of what it meant. So, but there's no challenge at all. You just walk. You know what I mean? Like there's no puzzles to solve, but fragments are being laid down before you. So I enjoyed that. Eerie aspect to it. It's set on like a Scottish or Irish coastal island, which adds its own atmosphere. But anywho.
Okay. Yeah. So on that note, let's call it a stream. Let's go enjoy the rest of our evenings. So, to anyone watching, thanks for watching. Cheerio. Till next time, same monkey channel.